make way for Reggie Aloysius Miller. Reg, we just changed the poll question. And we start with, if you're starting your team, I'll give you Kevin Love or Dwight Howard. Who you got?
In today's game?
Yep, right now.
Right now, in today's game, I'm going to go with Kevin Love. And the reason why I say that is I'm going to go with the player that's going to give me more option and more things for my team to win in terms of scoring, rebounding, assists, and making players around me better. Now, if you were asking me this poll question 15, 20 years ago in my heyday, no question, I would have went with Dwight Howard because the rules would have been different. I would have loved to have thrown him out there against Patrick, Hakeem, David Robinson, even possibly Shaq, because with how the rules are construed today, it is more aligned because you can't hit anyone. If Dwight is out there, they're just going to hack a Dwight. Not to say they wouldn't have done that 15 years ago, but he would have been more inclined and been, in my opinion, he's a huge star now, but I think he would have been fantastic if I would have had a chance to play with him.
Is Kevin Love a top 10 player? Top 5 player?
I would go with top 10. He can't be top 5 because he's not the top power forward in the game right now. That would be LaMarcus Aldridge. I would pick LaMarcus Aldridge over both of them.
You would?
Absolutely. Because here's the thing. LaMarcus Aldridge gives you not only a great back-to-the-basket game, but he can face you as well. Now, Love, we know how he shoots threes, and he can face you. His back-to-the-basket game is not nearly as sophisticated as LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge can rebound just as well as both of Dwight Howard and Kevin Love, and he can pass the ball just as well. So I would go with LaMarcus Aldridge over both of them.
Yeah, I'd take K-Love because K-Love outscores him and out-rebound him. And I think Aldridge is very good, very good. But
you need to have – here's the thing. Come playoff time, let's say both Minnesota and Portland, I assume they're both going to make the Western Conference playoffs. When the game slows down, you got to be able to throw the ball down low to someone.
Yeah.
And my first option is going to be LaMarcus Aldridge. They're going to take all those jump shots away from Kevin Love come playoff time.
Could you have taught Dwight Howard how to be offensive-minded?
It's a little bit easier said than done. I think with the ability 15, 20 years ago when you couldn't play a zone and you had the illegal defense where you couldn't overload or pack one side, I think it probably would have been a little bit easier for him because he could have split double teams and he could have gone quickly. The way that the rules are somewhat set up now, it's a disadvantage because you can have 2 to 3 guys just loading up on one side. And to me, I think a lot of times Dwight gets frustrated. And knowing the fact that he's not such a great foul shooter, if he goes into his move, I would just foul him and send him to the free throw line.
But these guys who lose confidence, these guys who are pros, like it gets to the point where they're embarrassed. It's almost
it is
right. Shaq knew. Okay, I may brick this one. Like you can't build up your confidence when you're a bad free throw shooter, and you see these guys almost go to the line. They've already missed their free throws.
I will give Shaq a little bit of a pass and a slide here. When they mattered the most, at least Shaq made those in the closing moments. Now, he might have been terrible quarters 1 through 3, but in the fourth, he was halfway decent. And what Shaq always did when you went to hack a Shaq, he put his team in the bonus with 8 minutes left in a quarter. So that means Kobe's going to the free throw line. Rick Fox, Glenn Rice, those guys are going to the free throw line on those ticky-tack fouls. So he always helps your team.
The Kobe injury and now trying to come back, and as I said earlier, if I'm the Lakers, I just say take your time if you come back at all this season. Knowing Kobe, that he wants to get back, what's best for the Lakers in this situation?
Well, knowing Kobe, he'll probably be playing Christmas Day. Kobe only knows one gear, and people say he's going to be out 6 weeks because of this latest injury. I really think it's going to be 4. Is it smart? Is it prudent? No. The Lakers are in the business, and I told you this last week, of putting people in the seats. Yeah. And if I'm not going to say there's such thing as tanking, but you look at how their roster is.
Yes.
If you look at how their roster is, to me, they need draft picks. They need to get younger, and their most valuable chip right now is Pau Gasol. And if they can get a first-round draft pick and maybe another bad contract back in return where they can get younger, get under the salary cap, and have a chance at getting Carmelo, LeBron, whatever this big free agent is coming up, Bosh, Wade, then go that way. But knowing Kobe, knowing how much he loves the game, he'll be back in 4, 5, 6 weeks.
Don't you think the whole Kareem all-time scoring record is something he wants? I know he wants another title to be even with Mike. But
I don't think he's going to get that. I don't even think he's going to get Karl Malone. I think first and foremost he wants to pass his idol Michael Jordan, and that's what he's 500, 1,000 points away from that. So he'll do that once he comes up by the end of this season. But I don't think he'll get to Karl, and I don't think he'll get to Kareem.
That's a long way to go to get to the cap.
It really is.
Yeah.
I was surprised that Karl stopped. I thought Karl had a better shot of getting Kareem than Kobe would have of getting Kareem.
Well, when
I thought Karl had a little bit more in the tank.
When he went to the Lakers, though, then he was trying to win a championship, so that was going to hurt him with his numbers. But had he stayed in Utah, then I think he would have I think he would have been the all-time leading scorer.
Yeah, I can't argue with you on that one.
What about your buddy Mark Jackson saying Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, the best shooting backcourt in the history of the NBA?
Yeah, I've racked the numbers, and I've gone through back all the annals of time. And look, you name another great shooting backcourt. Isaiah Joe was, and really not Isaiah. Mark Price, Craig Elo, Mark Price, yes, no to Craig Elo. There isn't a shooting backcourt that could do what the Splash Brothers up in Golden State and Curry and Thompson can. They spread the floor. I'm telling you, Steph Curry is a magician with the basketball. One thing that's really underrated in his game is his passing abilities. Now, he needs to cut down on his turnovers.
Yeah.
You know, we called that game last Thursday with an underhand San Antonio Spurs going up there, shocking them without the big three. He needs to cut down on his turnovers. But in terms of shooting, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, I agree with Mark, the best ever.
If I said put together 4 guys three-point shooting contest at any era, who are your 4 contestants for the three-point shooting contest?
I'm going with Craig Hodges. I'm going with Larry Bird. I'm going with Steve Kerr, and present company included, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm going with Dell Ellis.
Ooh.
People forget about Dell Ellis.
Dell
Ellis was an unbelievable shooter.
Deep shooter. Wait, so Steph Curry's not in?
Steph Curry wouldn't be in with those 4. No, not at all.
He's not close to those guys. What about you?
I said present company excluded.
No. I thought you said present company included.
No, excluded.
I want you in there.
I would put my name at the top of all, Bill. Are you crazy?
Oh, okay, I thought Reggie got humble on us. Wait, that's not like you. So you.
What are you talking about?
You, Bird, Kerr, and Hodges.
I would be on the billboard, big letters of Reggie Miller, Larry Bird, Dale Ellis. Those guys would be in small captions below. Okay, come on now.
What if we shot threes right now? At your age, Bird, Kerr.
Oh, please. Those guys wouldn't even. Come on. Look, Ray and Steph better be careful if I was shooting threes right now.
Could you beat Steph Curry? Could you beat Steph Curry right now, three-point shooting contest?
Just shooting. I'm not saying I would beat him, but I would be in the ballpark. Are we just shooting threes?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, come on. That will be the last thing that I could shoot until I'm 85. That would be the last thing that always leaves me.
Could you beat LeBron right now, three-point
shooting?
Yes, okay.
Easy. Yes, easy. No one that's not a real shooter. Steph, Ray, those guys, obviously, because they're outliers. They do this. That's what they do for a living. Guys like LeBron and these other guys that have worked on their jump shot, no. Come on, no.
What about K-Love against you, three-point shooting right now?
That would be a good match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would put him in the same category as Ray and Steph. But come on, no. I'd give him a run for the money. Look, and this is as humble as I can be, Daniel.
But I think Bird, if you're just shooting 15 threes, Bird's going to make 12 or 13.
Right now?
Right now.
Nah.
In street clothes.
Nah, not right now. Now, if you would have said this maybe 10 years ago, yeah. Right now?
Right
no.
now, Larry walking through the gym in street clothes.
You're giving him 12 or 13?
Yep.
No.
I think Larry goes 12 for 15 from three-point range.
Again, I will say this because I know my body. And your shooting is always the last to leave you.
Tell me about it.
I know I'm going to make the 12 to 13 you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying Larry he's 61 now, right?
Yeah.
62?
He's up there.
I would give him 9 to 10.
Do you think I could take LeBron three-point shooting right now?
No.
A few years ago.
Yes.
When I was at the Pacers.
When you and I played that game at was it Market Square at the time, or did you play at Conseco?
I think it was Market Square.
It was Market. Yeah, look how long ago that was.
I know.
At Market Square.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely could have outshot LeBron.
Yeah, that's right.
You had game back then. The way I watch you guys on DirecTV, and the way you walk around the set and all that. Are you okay?
No,
Daniel.
I cracked my ankle on Tuesday.
Okay, yeah. You walk like with a little limp.
But I play. I mean, some say I'm a gamer. I'm a #warrior.
You're a baller.
No,
you're a baller.
No, I'm not a baller. No, I ball my eyes out when I crack my ankle.
Hey, can I just say one thing?
Yes, you can.
To follow the greatest quarterback ever, this is me being humble. I'm honored, seriously.
Do you
Joe
remember?
Montana remember the things we had with Mark Jackson?
You and Mark Jackson, when you guys.
Joe Montana, Dan Marino.
Yes.
Rod Carew, Tony Gwynn.
It was knockdown, drag out. You guys were talking about fighters, quarterbacks, and I was supposed to settle all of this when we went out and had cigars.
Yes. Joe Montana, in my opinion, the greatest ever. Ever. So to follow him, I'm honored.
Hey, have a great Christmas. And
I appreciate it, Theodore. Thank you. You as well. And for Paulie, Seaton, Fritzy, McLovin, better known as the Danettes, happy holidays, you guys.
Thank you, buddy. I'll talk soon.
Take care.
All right, Reggie Aloysius, who coined the phrase Danettes.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.